This is from Mint Press about the cameras on the border with Gaza. Mint Press, the great outlet, great indie outlet. I used to work for them last year. Or actually some of this year as well. Mint Press says surveillance cameras vanished on October 7th. Now, most of you probably already know that Israel is one of the most surveilled countries on earth, especially the apartheid part of Israel, the concentration camp in Gaza, the West Bank, etc. They are the most surveilled areas of the planet. Every inch is surveilled, and especially the border gates. Heavily surveilled. So, but the surveillance cameras, all these high-tech surveillance cameras with facial recognition, etc., they all vanish on October 7th. According to the Walla Hebrew Agency, all camera recordings set on the Gaza Strip separation wall for the inquiry committee looking into October 7th have inexplicably vanished. Every camera. And then here's someone else posting another article from the Jerusalem Post saying the IDF, the military, had the videos removed from the central database. And many people are asking, I wonder why. To me, it's pretty obvious why. It's that, as the New York Times reported, Israel knew that something large was going to happen, and they ignored it. I believe that they ignored it intentionally. These are higher ups in Israel. These are not the low-level grunts and things. So if you have your average IDF troop watching video or watching things that say, hey, Hamas is gathering, we think they're going to do something, they then report it up the chain, and what do you know? Nothing happens. It doesn't mean that every low-level troop was in on it. It means that somewhere high up the chain, you have someone who's telling them to not look into this, to not stop it. And then when it eventually does happen, when whatever it was, many hundred Hamas fighters break through the fence and into Israel, you have Israel using the Hannibal Directive to kill hundreds of people. Now, some people are saying 1,200 is maybe the number of people totally, the number of Israelis killed on October 7th and the days following, because some of the hostage situations lasted longer. But the number of those that were killed by IDF, we will probably never know. But a lot of it is being covered up. And I brought you the other day the article showing that the IDF has stated that they're going to take the cars that were involved in this, which were riddled with bullets and burned and have blood stains, etc., major pieces of evidence in what went down and who killed who. They're going to take all the cars, and I don't know how many we're talking, but could be, dozens and dozens. They take all the cars, shred them, literally shred automobiles, and bury them. And I'm going to take a wild guess that they're going to bury them somewhere people don't know about, meaning they will not tell you where they're buried. So you add all of this evidence up that we know from the New York Times that Israel knew about this attack a year in advance and did nothing. We know that from various leaked statements and various public statements that Netanyahu and other right-wingers in the Israeli government wanted to build up Hamas, wanted to make Hamas a stronger entity. We know that there are some reports from IDF saying that the weapons some Hamas fighters had were from the IDF and had been smuggled out of IDF bases. We know these cameras turned off and now the footage is being hidden. So you take all these things together. We also have the video of the tank gunners saying they were told to fire on civilian structures that they knew held hostages. You take the fact that the Hannibal Directive exists and that the Israel follows it. You take the other statements made by people on the kibbutzes that were attacked. Some of them said that the IDF showed up and just fired at everything. There are some statements about that. You take all this together, and it is what it is.